Hello, this is Professor C.P. Prakasam, former professor from International Institute for Population Sciences, Mumbai. I will be talking about chi-square, how to calculate it by using the S-spaces under Descriptive Statistics Part 3, Data Analysis. Chi-square test. By using my survey data, the researcher is interested to know, is there an association between place of living and use of contraception? To answer this question, we have to know about chi-square test. Symbolically, it is written as a chi-square. When to use chi-square? Chi-square test basically is a non-parametric test. It is used to find out how the observed value of a given phenomena is significantly different from the expected values. Chi-square test is used in two places, that is, when we want to determine if two categorological variables have a significant correlation between them. That is most important. Categorological variable have a significant relation between them. The chi-square test is used to find out the test of independency and test of goodness of fit. In the test of independency, it compares two categorological variables to find out whether they are related to each other or not. In the goodness of fit, it determines if the sample data of a categorological variable match with the population or not. Further also, if you assume in the goodness of fit, if you assume the pattern of distribution which varies, and we can also determine the expected values, you can also use the goodness of fit. Here, by using this, both the variables in the form of a population, and they should be categorological variables like yes, no, male, female, red, green, such kind of attributed values. Here we want to show some example by using the my survey data to find out, is there an association or independent between place of living as well as in the use of contraception. But as you know that place of living is given as a urban rural and use of contraception is given as a yes. One of the basic, there are assumptions involved in chi-square test. While doing the testing, there are three assumptions are involved basically. The first and foremost one is the random sampling. The selected observations should be randomly sampled from the population of all possible observations. There should not be any bias in that. This criteria would be met through sampling procedures. Further, independence of observations. That means there should not be no subject should be counted twice. There should not be any repeated subjects will be there. And size of expected frequency, that is most important. When the number of cells is less than 10, and particularly when the total sample size is small, the lowest expected frequency required for chi-square test is 5. However, if the observations of the frequency can be any value including 0, this criteria is most important. If it is not met, then we have to use the exact probability test. Here we will discuss chi-square independency test. For that purpose, we have to set one null hypothesis, that is known as H naught, for if the test will decide the two categorological variables, place of living and use of contraception, are independent in some population. Here independent means that one variable does not say anything about another variable. If that test fails for H naught, then we have to have the alternative hypothesis, that is called H1, that place of living and use of contraception are associated or not independent in our sample, and it is true for the entire population. This will be tested by using the chi-square test formula, that is chi-square equals to sum of observed values minus expected values whole square divided by expected values. Symbolically it is written as OI minus EI whole square divided by EI of the summation. If that, what is the ultimately the calculated value should be assessed. The calculated value of the chi-square test is greater than the critical value, the null hypothesis is rejected and alternative hypothesis is accepted. We will see the calculation procedure how to do the chi-square. Here A, B, C, D are the cell frequency and A plus B is the first row total, C plus D is the second row total. Similarly, A plus C is the first column total, B plus D is the second column total, and capital N will give you the sum of A plus B plus C plus D. The expected value will be calculated as follows, that is the expected values of A equals to the A plus C multiplied by A plus B divided by capital N, that is the corresponding row total, corresponding column total divided by the total observations, total cell frequency. Similarly, expectation of B is given by B plus D and A plus B divided by N, capital N. Similarly, expectation of cell frequency of the C is given by A plus C, C plus D divided by N, and expectation of values for D is given by B plus D, C plus D divided by N. If you look at that, therefore chi-square is the summation of the cell frequency of A minus the expected value of EA whole square divided by EA plus cell frequency of B minus expected value of B whole square divided by expected value. Similarly, C and D is given. From this we can calculate the chi-square value. This is the calculated value. If the calculated chi-square test statistics is greater than the critical value, then the null hypothesis is rejected and H1, the alternative hypothesis, is accepted. Let us come back to the SPSS. In the SPSS, we can calculate directly instead of manually. Therefore, if you go to the analyze, descriptive statistics, cross tabulation, then you bring the place of residence under row and use of contraception under the column, then click statistics at the right side, then you will find another menu that is called crosstab statistics. In that you will find chi-square. Tick mark chi-square and say continue. Simply it will give the, here you can see the output generated by the SPSS for the chi-square data. Here place of residence in the row and use of contraception in the column wise. Here you can find out the down below you will find out the chi-square test. In that Pearson chi-square test, if you see the value, the calculated value by using all the formulas and other things, 0.136, and right side you can see the last column, the exact significance test is 0.500. Here comes the our decision level, that is called assessment. The key result in the chi-square test from the table is given, the value of the test statistics is 0.136. At the footnote there is a criteria is given. That criteria is that expected count less than 5. There are 0 cells, expected count is less than 5. Therefore, that criteria has been satisfied. Therefore, there is no cell having less than frequency 5. No cell had expected count less than 5. So, this assumption was met because this test statistics is based on 2 by 2 cross tabulation. We have to find out the degree of freedom. Degree of freedom is given by row minus 1 multiplied by column minus 1. That will give you the here 2 minus 1 into 2 minus 1 will give you 1 is the degree of freedom. With this degree of freedom, with the calculated value of chi-square, if you see the tables, chi-square tables, then you can make the assessment. But whereas in SPSS, it will calculate the probability values and gives directly that exact significance level it will give us. Therefore, if you look at the table down below chi-square test, the corresponding p-value of test statistics p equals to 0.500. Since the p-value is greater than our chosen alpha value, that is 0.05, we do not reject the null hypothesis. Rather, we conclude that there is not enough evidence to suggest an association between place of living and family planning. Here, this alpha, some people will select also 0.01 and 0.001. In social science research, we will be happy if the 95% our results are coming true. Therefore, it is taken as alpha equals to 0.05. From this analysis, it shows that there is no association, there is not enough evidence to suggest that there is an association between the place of living and family planning. Then come back to the another testing procedure of chi-square is goodness of fit. The term goodness of fit is used to compare observed sample distribution, that is most important, with the expected probability distribution. Chi-square goodness of fit test determines how well theoretical distributions such as normal, binomial or Poisson will fit into the empirical distribution. Therefore, here the testing of goodness procedure has got few steps. Here also set up the hypothesis for chi-square goodness of fit. That is null hypothesis what we have to set. Here null hypothesis says that assumes that the observed and expected values are same. There is no significance difference between observed and expected value. For that we will set up an alternative hypothesis that there is a significance difference between observed and expected values. From that we can compute the chi-square goodness of fit as like earlier we have used observed minus expected whole square divided by expected summation of that. From that calculated value of chi-square will be assessed. If the calculated value of chi-square goodness of fit is less than the chosen critical value, we will accept the null hypothesis and conduct the test that there is no significance difference between the observed and expected value. Let us calculate that and find out one example for that. In a city during the pandemic, the health department collected the data from each ward about cases of malaria and the data is given below. Health personnel would like to know the observed and expected cases are same in these wards. For that we have collected the data and given here below. Here ward wise information and cases observed, malaria cases observed is given. This is the data only. Here we will assume that these cases are distributed over all the wards with the average cases have been distributed over the wards. From that we will calculate the expected value. Therefore, first of all we will calculate the average. For calculating that we will make summation and calculate the mean. Mean is 26.5. It is assumed that the 26.5 cases are uniformly distributed over the wards of a given city. From that the expected values are calculated. If you see other calculations what we have done earlier, the expected values are calculated on the basis of the cell frequency. But whereas here we are assuming that summation of that and mean value. From this we will calculate the expected value. From the expected value we will calculate the formula that the expected minus observed minus expected whole square and divided by the expected value and their summation. That summation is given is here 3.11320775. That is the chi-square value table is given. Then that means the calculated chi-square value, that is 3.113, then the table value of the chi-square with a degree of freedom 9. What is the degree of freedom? Choice of selection. There are rho minus 1 only is the degree of freedom, because the expected values we have assumed it follows a particular distribution. Then we have given the descriptive statistics for that. Therefore, we will observe the table value, and it found that 16.919. These table values are given in any statistics textbook. But conclusion is that there is no significant difference between observed malaria cases and expected malaria cases in the city. That means the malaria cases are equal, more or less uniformly distributed all over the wards. That is the conclusion. Let us see that how to use the SPSS. Then in the SPSS we have to use in a different way. In the SPSS you will find the module called data. From the data, if you click, then you will find the weight cases. From the weight cases you can see frequency of the variable and say OK. See below, then you will find out the weight cases, the frequency of the variable. Frequency of the variable is the malaria cases, and then say OK. After saying that, then go to the analyze module. Then in that analyze module, down below you will find the non-parametric statistics. In the non-parametric statistics you will find legacy dialogues. In that you will check chi-square. From the chi-square, then we will find out the window given below, chi-square test. From that you bring out the malaria cases, which is the, we have given the data, test variable list, and then click all categorical variables and click OK. Once you are given, you are assuming that the malaria cases will be equally distributed in all the wards, as the average of all the values will be distributed. From that it will calculate the chi-square. This is the output. In this you will get the observed values, whatever we have given there, and the expected values. Expected values are the mean of the all the wards data. Then what is the difference between that? And directly it will calculate the chi-square, and chi-square is given as a 3.113. Whatever we have calculated earlier, and even the statistics is given here. But one thing is that for the degree of freedom, p value is directly calculated. It is given 9.960. We need not go to any statistical tables to look into chi-square tables to look into that. But SPSS will directly calculate that. From that, which shows that not significant. Hence, observed and expected frequency of malaria in these wards are same. I would like to again specify here that SPSS calculates the p-value corresponds to the calculated chi-square statistics for assessment. That is the most important here. Directly we can. Then what we have learned from this episode, from this video, chi-square test is a non-parametric test. It has got it can be tested in the two ways. One is the test for independency. The two criteria classification of the qualitative variables, categorological variables, and to test the relationship between the categorological variables, that is a contingency table, that is 2 by 2, yes no like that, and to test of deviations of difference between the expected and observed value, that is one way table what we have seen. To test the goodness of it, we will assume with the following a distribution. Here I would like to say that apart from the chi-square test, which is a non-parametric test, there are so many other tests are there in the non-parametric. Therefore, SPSS also gives the solution for the other non-parametric techniques such as Mann-Whitney test, Wilcoxon-rank sum test, Wilcoxon sign rank test, Kurzweil-Wallis test, Friedman test, and Sperman rank order correlation. These tests are very less used by the social scientists, but in the medical field or in other things also, they are psychological tests also, they are very extensively using, for which SPSS can be used. Thank you very much. Please like it share it, subscribe it. Also press the subscribe button along with the bell to get the updates of the SPSS program.